Hi friends, Kolhapur Municipal Corporation's Yeshwantrao Chavan KMC College Kolhapur. I am Dr. Sanjay Pandit Kamble, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Today I am here after a long gap to discuss with you my paper. The title of my paper is Understanding Drama. I already discussed with you about the syllabus of this paper, but once again I am repeating the same. Let us see what is there in the syllabus. So, model number 1, definition and elements of drama. Model number 2, tragedy as a form. Model number 3, the importance of being earnest, a play by Oscar Wilde. Model number 4, The Hamlet by William Shakespeare, another very famous play. This is the syllabus of this paper. Now, we are going to discuss here, I'm going to share with you my experience, my knowledge, my information, whatever I have collected. This is for you. We are going to discuss here. Model number 1, definition and elements of the drama. But for our convenient, I just divided my lecture in two parts. In this lecture, in this 5 to 10 minutes, you can say the discussion, I'm going to discuss with you, I'm going to tell you what is the drama, or in a simple way, a definition of drama. One by one, I'm going to read, I'm going to explain, and I will try my level best to make it very simple. Okay, so let us see what is the definition of drama, how drama is defined by various people. Let us see the first definition, which is made by John Dryden. Okay, according to John Dryden, a play is just an lively images of human nature representing its passions and humors, changes of fortune to which it is subject for delight and instruction for mankind. So it's a very simple definition made by John Dryden. He is known as, you can say, that restoration playwright, and as per his opinion, what he says, a play, a drama is just lively image. What happens in the life, the same kind of thing is reflected, or same kind of things are reflected in the drama, and it is lively images of the human nature. How is human nature is reflected, or it is represented in the drama. The representation is with passions and humors, and how these humors and passions, they are, you can say, that fortune to which it is the subject. Or another intention of this drama is, according to John Dryden, the drama should give delight, some kind of instruction, some kind of, you can say, the guidelines for the mankind. So this is what the simple and very easy definition made by John Dryden, restoration playwright. Now, second definition, which I have taken from Webster English Dictionary. So what is the idea? How Webster English Dictionary has tried to define the drama? Let us see. Drama is a composition in verse or prose intended to portray life of character or tell a story, usually involving conflict and emotion through action and dialogues, typically designed for theatrical performance. One more, you can say, that characteristic features are added to this. Drama is a composition. Drama is composed. It is written. It is, you can say, that compile, assemble in a verse language, or maybe in a prose language. Language is no bar. Language is no, you can say, that obligation for drama. But what is intention? What is the main purpose? It should portray the life of the character, or it should tell a story. And the story is not a simple story, the story which involves conflicts and emotions. In the story, if the story is plain, the reader may not get interest. So there must be the combination of conflicts and emotions. And these conflicts, these emotions, they are, you can say, that projected, presented, they are, you can say, that performed in front of the audience with the help of dialogues. and these dialogues are, you can say that, designed for theatrical performance. Means performance is very important in the drama. We cannot understand when we read the drama, when we watch the drama, when we observe the drama, then we can understand what is a drama. So this is a very simple, very easy definition. We can see that made by Webster English Dictionary. Now the third definition, you can say that, which I have taken from a glossary of literary terms, a book written by M.H. Abram. And according to M.H. Abram, it's a very simple and very short kind of definition which you will find out in this book. A drama is a composition designed for performance in the theater, in which actors take role of character, perform the indicated action, and utter the written dialogues. Now this is a compact kind of definition, very you can say that we are very close to the main idea of the drama is a composition. It is compiled, it is, you can say, the design for the performance in the theater. Drama, as already I mentioned, the drama we read but we cannot understand. But when we go in the theater, when we watch the drama, when we observe the drama, when we enjoy the drama, then we really understand what is the drama, what is the topic of the drama. In which you can say that in this definition, he further says that in theatrical performance where the actors, the hero, heroines, they take the roles of the characters and they perform these roles as per the given, you can say that, advice given, you can say that, suggestions by the director, and they, you can say that, utter the written dialogues. It is a very simple, very easy to understand, compact kind of, you can say that, definition made by M.H. Abram. Now the fourth definition, which is also very easy, let us see what is there in the fourth definition. It is, you can say that, combination of 2-3 definitions together. I tried my level best to make it more, you can say that, easy. Let us see. Drama is a form of literature basically designed to perform in the theater for entertainment and teaching the masses through action and dialogue. This is not a real, it's in imitation and role playing. Now when we see drama, when we watch drama, we feel that whatever is happening on the stage, this is real. But this is not the real. It is an imitation. It is a role playing which we do in our day-to-day life situations. Now as a student, you are playing the role of students. As a teacher, I am playing the role of, you can say, the teacher. I am teaching you, this is my role. So like that, it seems to be, you can say that, life like real, but it's not, it's not a real. According to, it's my composition, or I compile this definition, fourth definition, taking into consideration remaining all the definitions together. Okay, let us say drama is a form of literature. Basically we cannot segregate, we cannot separate drama from literature, because before, after poetry there was a drama, and after drama there was a novel. So poetry and a drama, they are very close to each other. So drama is the second part of the literature, second, you can say that, innings of the literature, and it is a very famous form of the literature. As on today, we are watching, we are observing drama. So drama is basically designed to perform in the theater, and the main purpose of this theatrical performance is to entertain the people. Not only entertain, to teach the masses, to teach the people, to teach the subject with dialogues and action. And when the performance takes place in the theater, the audience feel that whatever is happening on the stage, it is a real life, but it's not real life. Now just yesterday or day before yesterday, I came across with one more book. I was reading critical theories, and there I found another definition. So according to Kenneth Burke is ecological theorist, ecologist. He talks on ecology and literature. So when I, you can say that, reading this book, I decided that I should bring into your notice So I brought this definition. I have taken this definition from Kenneth Burke. So let us see what is the definition of Kenneth Burke. Let us see, drama should be our model or paradigm for literature, because drama enacted before live audience releases its energy into human community, assemble in the theater and raises all the energy levels. Very simple, very easy. So I am going to tell you. When you read any kind of text, any kind of book, it may be a drama, it may be a poetry, it may be, you can say that, novel. So these literary forms, they are, you can say that, example of, you can say, the stored energy. Drama is full with this stored energy. When we watch this drama, the energy which is kept in our mind, which is kept in our psyche, that is released. So drama is a kind of tension, you can say that, relief. When we watch drama, we feel sympathy, we feel empathy about these characters, and automatically the tension which were in our mind, the tension which in our mind, the daily routines of, you can say that, our problems and issues, they are relieved, the tension is relieved when we watch the drama. So according to Kenneth Burke, he says that it should be a model, it should be a paradigm, there should be a parameters, and drama should be observed from that parameters. Why? Because it is presented, it is enacted, it is performed before the live audience. It's release, you can say that it release a lot of energy in the human community. That community is assembled in the theater, and all the energy is, you can say that, raises all the energy levels. So it's very simple. According to the Burke, he thinks from the, you can say that, ecological point of view. We know that the sun provides energy to the all plants, all living beings. Like that, literature also provides a kind of energy to the human being. This is what the intention, you can say that, with this definition. Now the last definition in a single line, I have tried my level best to bring into a single line. This is single line definition. You can recite, you can keep into in your memory, and you can easily, you can say that, say or define the drama. A drama is a story. Drama is a story enacted on a stage for live audience. See, very simple, very easy definition. You can say that this is your best definition, I think so. A drama is a story enacted on a stage for a live audience. Without a story, drama is impossible. There should be a story. So, the definition is, a drama is a story. It is a story which is enacted on the, you can say, the stage for live audience. So let us see. We have seen that 6 definitions of the drama. I have tried my level best to make it simple. So according to, if you observe this drama, this definition, we come to the conclusion that there are following features of drama which we are going to see in next lecture, in my next, you can say that, video, and I come to the conclusion what are the features of the drama as per the definitions are concerned. Following are the some of the features of the drama which you can say, or you can see, you can observe, you can find out. Number 1, action. In drama there are actions. Okay, in novel there is no action. There is a non-verbal, or you can say that, verbal action. Verbal, non-verbal, 2 types of actions are there. So in drama there is action, there are dialogues, there is imitation, there is a performance. In drama, the writer, the dramatist has to follow 3 unities, that is time, place and action. Drama is nothing but a role playing. Drama sometime it may be a real, it may be a, you can say that, imaginative. Drama can represent human lives, and last one, that is conflict, is the major aspect of drama. Okay, with this I take your leave. In my next video, we are going to see details about elements of the drama. In this video, we have seen only what is a drama, or you can say that elements of drama. I take your leave. Thank you very much. I hope you like my video. If you like my video, please, I request you, I appeal you, please comments, please give suggestions for my improvement, for you can say that for your understanding. Thank you very much.